Bertram was very happy to be out of the works and put to good use at last. After being restored, he offered to help the little engines with their heavy workload. The other engines found him a very valuable asset with his strength and determination. They also liked to hear his wonderful tales of daring rescues and adventurous mishaps. The other engines, small or large, were very impressed. For Bertram truly was the old warrior. But the little engines weren't smiling anymore. The rain came again. It grew stronger, and it poured down harder. Freight cars were scattered, the lorries were in shelter, and the rails were very damp. The little engines struggled to finish their work on time. Rusty, the little diesel, was in particular very late. He arrived at the quarry where James was waiting impatiently. "What time do you call this?" he huffed rudely. "I'm sorry, James," panted Rusty, "but you wouldn't believe how much damage the rain has caused us. I was late." "Oh, please," groaned James. "You little engines and your little excuses. Take my advice. If you had rails like ours, you would understand what it's like to be on time and be very reliable." Rusty was fuming. "I'm sure he means no offense," assured Scarlowy. "And take a look around. The rain is starting to wind down." Rusty felt a little better, but he was still hurt by James's words. Later, Rusty had to deliver another train to the quarry. He was very confident he would be on time for James. But Rusty was so busy thinking about James, he'd forgotten about the old bridge. The old bridge began to creak under the storm, and it would soon collapse with the rushing water. Bertram was coming from the opposite direction. He saw the rushing river and was very concerned. The driver and fireman got out. "This doesn't look at all good," the driver muttered. "We must warn the station master," cried the fireman. But there was no time for that. Rusty's horn echoed in the distance, and Bertram knew how much danger Rusty would be if he didn't stop soon. Bertram blew his whistle as loudly as he could. "Danger! Danger!" Rusty heard the call, and his driver looked ahead and saw the danger. He quickly braked hard, right by the bridge. But it was already too late. The water was rushing so high, the old beams suddenly gave way, and Rusty was hanging on to the old rails. The rails shuddered. "Help!" wailed Rusty. Bertram was horrified and knew what to do. "Quick, get the ropes out," he called to his crew. "I'll handle this mess." Bertram's crew and Rusty's driver quickly attached ropes to Rusty's buffer and readjusted them onto Bertram. Bertram felt the strain, but didn't give up. At last, Rusty was safe, and Bertram quickly re-railed Rusty. "Thank you, Bertram," wheezed Rusty. "All in a day's work," smiled Bertram. But couldn't you tell the water was rushing? Rusty sighed. No. James berated me about being late, so I went as fast as I can to not make him cross. Phooey, remarked Bertram. Pay him no mind. Speaking of James, I heard he was sent to work at the docks due to him being too rough with the guards. Hope he's all right, though, he muttered to himself. Oh, could you be any slower, Cranky? Listen, son, this is my world, and I can take as long as I want. On our railway, we have to be very reliable and work very hard enough to please your top and hat. Whoops-a-daisy. What on earth was that for? You said I have to work harder and faster, didn't you? This just isn't my day.